Hi, bunnies. So, I dolled myself up for you because this next video, it's going to be a doozy. It is. Okay, where to start? Firstly, why don't we start with my eyebrows? So, for those of you that have been following me on this journey thus far, you know that I went and got my eyebrows done. I got my eyebrows tattooed on. The woman that did them, her name is Veronica, and she owns Lasting Lines Permanent Makeup in Midland, Michigan. She goes by the name Just V, that's me, on Instagram. She's amazing. She's one of the most amazing people I've ever met in my life. She's beautiful. Just an amazing soul. We instantly connected, had so much in common. So, okay. I'm trying to figure out where else to go with this. So, I don't know what that was. It's a noise. I think it was my son. So, I didn't think I was ever going to tell this story. There's a glare on my glasses. Here's just take them off. Okay, so I didn't think I was ever going to tell this story. Just because I wasn't sure if it was going to help anyone, and you know, it's so very personal to me. But lately there's been lots of things that have been happening, and synchronicities that I feel like almost like I'm being led to tell this part of my journey and my story. For whatever reason, I don't know, maybe it's going to help someone. And then also, I remember during, one of my friends' lives, I had mentioned that I had experienced some crazy stuff this weekend. So I got invited to a birthday party for a friend. Well, okay, so I'm getting off track. This is why I don't do videos, because I get so sidetracked. And this is why I don't do talking videos, because I get so sidetracked. I get all of this like wonderful things that I'm going to say in my head. And then as soon as I open my mouth, everything that I rehearsed just goes out the window. I just draw a blank. So I have a friend that I've known since I was 14. And her son is around the same age as my son. But we haven't seen each other in years. Really, really long time. Like literally I think the last time I seen her was 2012. So, yeah, it was like when my son was born. And he's 8 now. So it's been an ungodly amount of time. We kind of had a little falling out. And though I always, forgave everything that happened in my heart, a lot of it was my fault. And I take full responsibility for the way I treated people when I wasn't self-aware as I am now, and I wasn't awakened. So, this is going to be a long video, you guys. I'm so sorry. She, kind of broke some ties with me, and I didn't see her for a really long time. Well, then we kind of reconnected this year, and she invited me and my son to her son's birthday party. He was turning 7. No. Yeah, he's turning 8, I think. Maybe 7. I don't know. I don't even know. Okay. So we all went. I went, my ex went, my son went, my other 2 little ones went. I have a 2-year-old, a 4-year-old, 8-year-old. So we all went. I did take my ex along, mainly because it had been a really long time since we had done anything as a family, and even though we are divorced, we do get along now marvelously well due to all of my personal healing and shit that I've dealt with. That's another story. Shadow work. It works, guys. So basically, yes, we all went together. And then during this wonderful experience at it was a farm. It was like a apple orchard. Okay, they have cider and donuts and a bouncy house and a petting zoo and like a giant corn maze, which, by the way, we all got lost in. It was insane. So it was fun. But during my time there and reconnecting with my friend, we got into this long, in-depth conversation about our situations. She recently found herself single, as I was, and so we, naturally started in the conversation of how it came upon it, how we both came upon being single and such. So, after that story, then it turned into her, kind of telling me that she was dating again and that, she'd been single for 6 months. And I'm not going to say any names because I don't want to embarrass her if she watches this video. She's a beautiful soul, and she's, stunning, like inside, outside. She's gorgeous. So, and she's one of my soul sisters. I've known her literally since I was 14 and she was 16. I think we're like a year and a half apart, something like that. So we met in a private school, private Baptist school. That explains why I'm so fucking rebellious and crazy, guys. Okay. That's a total different story too. So, we started talking about, or she, I guess, started talking about dating and how she said, oh, it's been 6 months, I'm dating. And then she asked me if I was. And I'm not. So, granted, it hasn't been that long for me. Like, my divorce was just final in June, but, so I was like, no, and she's like, oh, well, have you, and then she's kind of like probing me for answers, like about like why. And she's like, oh, I joined this dating site and, this dating site on Facebook and this other one. And so then, I don't know, it was weird because I hadn't really thought about it, I guess. And I guess I had, but I'm at this point now in my life where I'm super content with everything that I have. I'm super content with my love life, like or my lack of, I guess. I say lack of, but I don't feel the lack. But from other people's perspective, I suppose, they see it as a form of lack, but I don't. So what happened was, she started talking about all of these experiences she was having and these dates and different guys that she went out with and stuff. And then, then the conversation turned to my sister, who is also recently single. It's like we all of a sudden got single at the same time. So my sister had went through this nasty divorce, and her husband, such a jerk, left her for someone else, and it was just this big awful experience for her. And I mean, immediately got engaged, like before the divorce was even final. So, and then even my sister, my friend Chrissy said that my sister is even dating already. And so then it was funny because, after this whole conversation and everything, and we talked, blah, blah, blah. And then I went home and, so then immediately, like, my ego self starts going off, and she's going, well, everyone else is dating. Look at everyone else is dating. Everyone else is dating. Why aren't you dating? Why aren't you dating? Is there something wrong with you? and like, it's so funny because like this conversation's going on in my head, and I'm like, no, I don't think there's anything wrong with me, like answering myself in my head, right? And so then, of course, like my mind goes on this tangent. There has to, like my little inner ego, she's sitting here. There has to be something wrong with you. They're already dating. They're already moving on. You're not, blah, 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 blah. You're going on 40. You're not a spring chicken. What's going to happen? You probably have cobwebs in there. It's been so long since you've even blah, 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 blah. And since anyone's even, touched you, or since you've even allowed anyone close to you, and you're gonna die alone, and blah blah blah, blah, right? And I'm like, this whole entire time, like normally these thoughts would really bother me and my brain would just go crazy with all these thoughts, but like it's so funny. I'm sitting here and I'm listening to these thoughts and I'm observing them and I'm not reacting, and I'm just kind of listening to this tangent of my ego self going off, right? And it was funny, like I'm part of me was like laughing about it because I'm like, this is ridiculous, right? None of this resonates with me at all. Like, not me, not anymore, not the new me. Okay, maybe the old me, but not the new me. So, and it was funny because I kept thinking of this little trick that my friend Spirit Within Tahoe, who, if you can look her up on Instagram, she's amazing. She also has her own YouTube channel. I can't remember what her YouTube channel is. It's something like Reverend Sarah Reeves or something. Anyways, she is known as Spirit Within Tahoe on Instagram. She's an amazing, beautiful soul that I connected with recently. And she had a video there where she went live on Instagram. And I remember she said, when your mind starts going off on a tangent and just like spitting all these thoughts at you that don't resonate true to you, and it's your mind is kind of bothering you, then use this little trick that I guess it was her ascended master teacher taught her. She said, say to yourself, that's an interesting thought, and then just observe it, listen to it, sort of watch the thought, but don't react, don't feel, just watch it, observe it. And that's what I did. And, and I mean, I do this often anyways, right? Since I learned a little trick from her, but it was funny because this was the first time that I had to use it like a lot, because my ego just, she had a field day with that one. It was insane. It was so insane, you guys. And I'm still laughing about it because it was so funny. Like the little tests and stuff that Spirit will throw to you to try to throw you off course and make you doubt all of this self-love and building up and, the wholeness of yourself. They will make you doubt that. And they'll try to make you doubt your power that you've come into. And no, that it was funny. So I sat there and I listened to the thoughts and I observed them, and I kept saying, that's an interesting thought. And, just it at that moment, then I guess I just felt very at peace and complete because I knew then that, you know, I had finally crossed that hurdle of being able to control my thoughts, like truly control my thoughts, right? And it finally sunk in, like, I'm doing this, you know? And then, okay, so then after that, like, I was like, I'm content, I'm whole. I don't feel the need to um, complete myself with another human being, you know? So then, then it was really, the shit really hit the fan because then my ego self goes, you don't need a man? What's the matter with you? Everybody, everybody, everybody wants a man. What? What? Are you serious? Are you serious? Are you serious? You don't need a man. You don't need a man. Don't you get horny? Don't you want someone to take out the trash? Don't you want to snuggle at night? Don't you want a fucking spoon? Like, and I'm like, oh my God, she just won't stop. And then it turned into, you're, oh, you're whole? Like, you don't want a relationship? What's wrong with you? You're whole and you're content. That's not normal. That's not normal. You're not whole. What does that even mean? Like, I don't even understand. I don't understand that. You're whole now. All of a sudden you're whole. Like, you don't need a man. There is something wrong with you because I don't even know what whole is, you know? And so, oh my God. So then my ego, I'm sitting here and I'm going, okay, so I'm content, I'm whole. Like, I don't feel the need to be in a relationship. I don't feel the need to date. I'm at this point in my life where, like, I feel like I don't have to chase anything because I learned, in this journey that I just, how do I put this without sounding weird? I just sort of exist and I draw in things to me. I attract my vibration, my alignment, my trust, my faith. And so I always thought, well, yeah, it's going to be the same way with my person, with my relationship. I'll just, sort of be, and my vibration will bring my person to me. Like, there's no need to chase, there's no need to stress. I'm focused on me and I'm having fun. And so then, it's like, um, my higher self is going, yes, like, we're fine. Like, we are in need of nothing. And then my ego is like tripping out because then she's like, what's wrong with us? What's wrong with us? Like, you're okay with this? That's not normal. What's wrong with us? Like, trying to make me feel like, because I was content, then I started to question, like, oh, maybe, is there something wrong with me because I don't feel this, like, need to date or, go on dating sites and, um, do it the way everyone else is doing it, right? So I'm like, maybe there is something wrong with me. I don't know, right? It's so funny. So then, it was funny because immediately after, a friend of mine went live, and it was funny. It was confirmation. I was out and I was shopping for stuff to make a salad for me, and I just popped into the live and said, hey, I'm busy. I just wanted to pop in and say hi. And then I got off and I was intending to go home and cook and call it a night, right? And I kept hearing my higher self and source, my spirit guides, saying, no, time to go back to the live. And I said, why? And they said, this is important. This is not funny. This is important. You need to go back. There's a message. There's something you need to hear. And I thought, okay, because, it's just okay. So it's just a long history there, but me and this friend are not as close as we used to be. So I was kind of confused and I said, okay, well, whatever. But I always, 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 always trust my gut. Okay. And when my intuition screams at me that loud, I always listen. So I went back and I listened. And sure enough, I'm sitting there, not even, I want to say 10 minutes in. And then they start talking about dating. And I'm like, oh no, here we go again. Here we go again, right? So I'm just, my inner like goddess is just laughing because she's like, oh God, here we are again. We're gonna have to, everyone's gonna think you're a weirdo because you're perfectly content being alone in your own company, and it's gonna start all over again, right? It's so funny, and these are the thoughts going on in my head, right? So, it comes up again, of course, and I'm like, I'm not there. Like, I don't want to date. Like, I don't want to date. I don't want to date. I just want to meet someone organically. Like, and it was funny because I told my friend this. I said, I just want to meet someone organically, like at a coffee shop, like just sitting down, just whatever, just being me. And she was like, do you even drink coffee? Like, that was her reaction. And I'm like, of course I do. Every morning at home. So then she's like, why are you going to meet someone at a coffee shop when you just drink coffee by yourself, like in the morning, only one cup? And I'm like, touche. So, the conversation about dating during the live and stuff, it was so magical, the synchronicities, because, there was lots of people in there and some of them were saying, oh, they're dating. And then, I mean, I'd say probably over half of them were saying that they were ready, that they were going on websites and dating sites, all this stuff. And like me and the person that held the live were the only ones that were like, we're not dating. Like, but it felt, it felt like a kindred, spirit moment. It was like, it was very magical because then it was like spirit's confirmation to me saying, I was just seeing how far, this is long already. It was spirit's confirmation to me saying like, you're not alone. Like, there's other people out there that are of like mind that think, they're whole. They don't, or not think that they're whole, know that they're whole, know that they don't need anything to complete themselves. Don't want to date, like just want to, exist. And if it happens, it happens. And, just kind of follow their intuition or whatever and let spirit source figure all that out, I guess. Lead us down the path and the journey, like have that faith and that trust that, whatever happens is going to happen for my highest good. And I don't feel the need to go out and have to like force anything. Do you get what I'm saying? So that it was just beautiful. And it was my confirmation from spirit that, all of the healing work that I did, that I felt like it was never going to end, all of the shadow work and all of the shadow killing was so worth it. Oh God. And there goes my phone. And you know what I mean? That all of the shadow work that I have done was worth it, because I was free. So that was my experience. I mentioned in the live that I was going to make a video about it. So there's that story. So another thing I wanted to talk about was the energy shift. Things have been a little intense. The whole energy shift. Really, really intense is the only way I can describe it. There's been lots of fatigue For me, there's been this overwhelming feeling of excitement that's just constant. And I think it started about, I want to say the day of the party. I think that's when it started. I couldn't pinpoint it. I had no idea why I was feeling like this at all. I just woke up with this overwhelming sense of excitement, like something exciting is happening. And I kept thinking, it must be the 5D, like it's the new earth, it's those energies that I'm feeling, right? That's what I thought it was, okay? And then this, after that, consecutive nights after that, I haven't been able to sleep. And I'm just like, I'm getting up at crazy hours of the night. And so then, after talking with a few of my spiritual girlfriends, and we all have those group of girls, like, I feel like there's such a glare, but I can't see. And I really like to see myself when I talk. Not see myself, but I guess, I want to be able to see you guys. See, anyways, I can't, I'm so blind without my glasses that I can't see. Like, all I can see is like a blur of my face. And then I feel like I'm not expressing myself. Like, if I can't see like my expressions. Does that make sense? I don't know. It's weird. Okay. So we all have those group of girls, right? That, we have our friends that we've known for a super long time. And then we have our friends that kind of fell off when we started our spiritual awakening. And then we have our spiritual friends, right? Like our soul family, and then our spiritual friends. Okay. So I was talking to some of my spiritual girlfriends, and random conversations, like in Instagram, we noticed that we were having, I'm sorry. Okay, let me start over. So we noticed that we were having a lot of the same experiences. Sleeplessness, restlessness. I'm a little embarrassed to talk about this one, but it's what's happening, so I guess it has to come out. The feeling of like vibrations in the Punani area, as my friend Ruth Anna likes to say, in the Punani area. Okay, so see, and I don't like having my glasses on, because then I'm like vain and I play with my hair and shit. Okay, stop. I'm gonna stop. I'm done. Almost. Okay. See? Fucking monster. Okay. So yeah, okay, I got sidetracked. Feeling the vibrations in the Punani area, okay? So that's strange. And Ruth, I know her as Ruth Anna, but she is Ruth Earth Angel on Instagram. So we started talking about this, and I got a hair on my shirt, it's bothering me. We kind of came to the conclusion that it was a Kundalini, I guess. Kundalini, I don't know, however you say it. Kundalini, anyways, yeah, that. We came to the conclusion that it was a Kundalini energy, coming up. So that was strange. And we just kind of said, okay, well, and then we left it at that. We didn't think anything of it. The conversation was like, it was kind of like, this is happening. That's weird. I don't get it. Okay. So then when I woke up this morning, I had another message in my inbox on Instagram, and it was from another friend of mine, Livonia G. She's an amazing writer on Instagram. If you are on Instagram, you should follow her. It's her account is Livonia G, LIVONIA, and then I think it's _G, I believe. She's an amazing writer. She's a beautiful, beautiful soul, as is Ruth Anna. I love them both so very much. I'm so lucky to have them in my life as my soul sisters. So I woke up to a message from Livonia. And, she was saying, hey, sister, I'm getting all these number syncs, like, intensely. Like, I normally get them, but they're way, way, way more intense than they've ever been. I mean, they're back to back to back to back to back. And it was funny because I was just talking about I was just talking to Ruth Anna about this, like about how all of a sudden I was getting these crazy number syncs, just like off the chain. And she was saying she was too, and there was one other thing that we all three had in common. We all keep seeing owls. So we're like, what the fuck? Right? Okay. So me and Livonia are talking about this, and I'm like, yeah, like I keep seeing the same numbers over and over again. 1111, which to me has always been the twin flame number. It was the number that I first got when I first awakened, before I even knew what a twin flame was. I had no idea. The first time I seen it, I think, was in 2015. And I Googled it because I had no idea what it meant. And that was the first thing that popped up, was twin flame union. I went, what the fuck is that? Like, twin flame? Is this like twins? I thought it was like some disgusting, like, incestual shit, right? I was like, whoa, okay. And then, read up on it and went, holy crap. And that's what sort of catapulted me into my spiritual journey, because at the time it was like, I read about it and I went, oh my God, that's the kind of love that I want. And I was, I don't know if I was engaged. No, I had just gotten married, and I thought, this is not this is not it, right? I told myself, this is what I want. I want this union. I want a love like that. And so my spiritual journey started as a selfish one. It started with, that's the type of love that I want. So I'm going to do this spiritual work so that I can find my twin flame. That was where my head was in the past. Now, fast forward to now, and this whole journey, oh my God, I completely forgot that it was even about the twin flame journey in the beginning, because my headspace now is like completely different. It went from like being all about the twin flame journey to all of a sudden now it's like, I don't know, like the past year, I guess, to being focused all on my healing and finding wholeness within myself. And then, looking back now, I go, wow, like, I can't believe that this whole journey started because I just wanted to be a twin flame, so selfish and stupid. But I think honestly, like, spirit knew what the hell it was doing, because if they would have told me, like, start the spiritual journey, just because, I would have went, yeah, right. They absolutely knew that the way to sucker me in was to dangle, like, this is a love like no other. This is passion. This is fire. This is twin flame. They knew right there that was going to get me. And so they suckered me in and they tricked me. And then it started my spiritual journey. I'm glad they did. Dumb little shits. Okay. So, anyways, I got sidetracked. So me and Livonia were talking about it. She was like, I'm seeing these numbers. And I said, you know what? The numbers I've been seeing the most are 1111, 333. Well, I see 333 a lot. But most of the numbers, the two numbers that I'm seeing over and over again, is 1111, which for me personally, I know it's different for everyone else. Some people say it's a portal, energy portal. Some people say it's this, it's new beginnings, blah, blah, blah. For me, in my journey, it has always meant the twin flame number. It has always meant twin flame union, or, you've met your twin, you are on the right path towards finding your twin, It's always meant that for me, always. And spirit has let me know that that is accurate for me, what the meaning is for me. The signs have always shown me that is what it means to me. And that's the number that they use to get my attention in regards to my twin flame journey. So I've been seeing that number a lot lately, and I've been seeing 222, which also to me it's always been my love number. Like 222 will show up when, I don't know, it's hard to explain. Like anytime I've met like a soul, a member from my soul tribe who is a masculine, I usually will get 222. Or when I've met karmics, I get 222. Someone that I've had a relationship with in the past or a deep connection with in the past, but always a masculine, I will get 222, which to me means balancing out my love energies, balancing my masculine and feminine, okay? Which to me has been a huge, how do I put this? Which to me has been a huge indication of my need to balance my male and female energies. So, ironically, right after, this whole discussion happened about me being content in my life and being content with being alone and in my own company, all of a sudden, these twin flame numbers start flying, literally flying at me, and I'm not exaggerating. And my 222, my balance, my masculine and feminine. And it's funny because I've been feeling like lately, my I think I've noticed in myself a lot of the times that my masculine energy is been way more active than my female energy, which is ironic because I always felt like I was way more feminine than masculine, but then looking back, it's like, no, I've always been a very strong type personality and very driven, and that is definitely masculine energy. And then the feminine is very nurturing and, um, you know, receiving, and receiving never used to be my strong point. It was always like, I always felt like when someone would be like, oh, I want to help you, or I want to gift you, and I'd be like, what? Why? Boy, why? you know? So I feel like, you know, that finally I've gotten to the point where like they're starting to balance out. So all of that happening at once. And then so these numbers are being like literally flung at me, like insane amounts, copious amounts daily, like not exaggerating, like seriously, like sometimes up to 7 times a day, like just bam, 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 back to back. Like and even in clusters, like I'll go out in the living room and it'll be like 11:11 on every clock in the house, and I'm like, oh my God, because I didn't even realize that they were in sync. And they're not really, because like I'll look and I'll be like, what? Because I'll go in the kitchen and like on the microwave, on the coffee pot, and on the stove, it'll be 11:11, and I'm like, what? And then I'll look at my phone and it'll say 11:10, and then as soon as I like look at it, it'll go from 11:10 to 11:11. Like that's how it's been the past 4 days, and I'm like, what? Right? And then like I'll be like, this is nuts. Like my mind tries to rationalize it, and it goes, stop. The clocks are just in sync, like my logical mind goes, this is not what you think it is. You're not about to meet your twin. Stop. The clocks are all synced. Duh. I try to rationalize it, and then I'll look up, right? And one of the clocks will say like 11:12, and I'm like, so they're not in sync. But for that moment, like they were. And then I just go, and my higher self goes, and I'm like, shut the fuck up, bitch. And she's like, and I'm like, you really are fucking annoying, right? And she'll just be like, oh my God. Anyways, so that's the energies I've been dealing with. So the point I'm trying to make is this. Me and my girlfriend started talking and comparing all of this stuff. And we watched this beautiful, beautiful soul. She's a tarot reader on Instagram. She also has her own YouTube channel, right? She goes by the name of Saltwater Heals Tarot. Okay. She started this whole insane YouTube channel journey for me. God bless her. I love her so much. And on Instagram, she goes by the name XI underscore Missy underscore XI. I think that's it. Yes. Okay. I'm sorry. I apologize if I'm wrong, but I believe that's the name she goes by on Instagram. So we all watch this reader on Instagram, right? And so that's how we all met. Okay, that's how we became soul family. It's just, spirit has a way of just pushing you with your soul family. So, and I have lots of soul family. I have a whole YouTube soul family that, oh my God, I love them all so much. I can't even, I can't even put into words like how much my heart just like overflows when I think about my soul family on YouTube and how accepting and loving they've been to me. They're the definition of unconditional love. I don't want to cry. Okay, so I'm getting distracted again. We all met through Missy and her tarot readings that we watched live on Instagram. Okay, she tries to go live every day. I think Sunday is the only day she doesn't go live. Okay, so we started talking about the last reading that Missy had done, and it was basically all about divine unions and how, most of the twins are coming into union. A lot of the twins already have, okay? And, she was saying that there was a few twins who are on a different timeline that are not quite in union, but their union is literally I hate people that say that too, literally. And yet here I am, literally, saying literally. Okay. It was literally right. And then I go again. Okay. So she was saying that it was literally right around the corner. Okay. I can't help it. I just said fucking literally. I can't stop it. So she was saying that, these twins are on different timelines. I just spit on my damn phone. Okay, so that these other group of twins, soulmates, whatever you want to call it, labels, fuck labels, okay? But these divine counterparts are on a different timeline, and because they have taken, for whatever reason, extra time to heal, okay? Yeah, for whatever reason, whether it was personal healing, whether it was their twin chose free will, okay? But, they were on a different timeline than these other twins who very quickly, when the COVID hit, got into union because it was like, oh, new world, we need you. You're supposed to be serving your divine purpose. Here you are, bam. And they got thrown together to help us ascend to the new world. That's what the predictions say. That's that, all of the twins are supposed to be in union by December 2020. Do I believe that necessarily? Yeah, a part of me does. It resonates. It feels right to me. And now these are all of this that I'm saying is just all my personal opinion. It might not resonate with you. If it does, great. Then you're probably on the same timeline as me. If it doesn't, then, take what resonates and leave whatever doesn't. Um, Everyone has to find their own path. There's no judging. Everyone's on their own path, their own journey. Everyone has their own truth. So, that's where we're at. And so she was saying that, these new twins are coming into union, the ones that were on the past timeline. It's our time. It's the timeline. Like her little soul group, she felt like was on this timeline to union, like literally right around the corner. And she said that she had woke up with this strange feeling of excitement in her stomach because she felt like she was part of this timeline of new twins that were coming into union, right? So, and I thought, oh, that's great. I didn't feel it. I didn't wake up with no sense of excitement in my stomach. And I'm like, oh, I'm so happy for you. But then I'm like, oh, that's cool. Like, but I didn't think anything of it because I'm like, no, like I wasn't there. I said, well, I must be on a different timeline because I don't feel shit. Right? I feel happy. I feel content, but I don't feel shit. Like, other than that, like, there's no sense of excitement. And then after that whole incident with my friend on the weekend, the next day I woke up with this like weird feeling of like, I can't describe it. It was just this feeling of something's coming, like something's coming. I don't know what it is. And I just felt this weird, like butterfly feeling of excitement. Remember I told you I woke up and it's like felt this like strange, like something had shifted different. Oh crap, I'm gonna have to figure out how to make this video into one video because it just went to a new file because this video is too damn long. Oh my God. Okay. I don't know. Like I've been using this video app and it stopped working. So now I have to try to figure out how to get this video out. I might have to just make a part 2. Fuck it. Because this message is important as hell. So I woke up with this overwhelming feeling of excitement and I couldn't pinpoint it. I thought, why do I feel like this? Like there was nothing outwardly that had changed, you know? I can't explain it. It's just my intuition, my gut, like everything was just screaming like, "Oh my God, there's something exciting. It's right around the corner. Like, can you feel it?" Like literally when I woke up, what I heard in my head, the first thing when I opened my eyes was, "Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Are you ready?" And I went, "For what? Like, what?" Strange. And what made it even more strange is Ruth Ann had contacted me on Instagram, the day before and said, "I feel like something's coming. Can you feel it?" She said the exact same words to me. She said, "Can you feel it?" And I said, "I don't know." Like at the time I was kind of like, I hadn't really experienced that yet. So I was like, I don't know, like, maybe it's like what Missy said, you're coming into union. Like, I'm happy for you. Like, oh my God, like, And then Livonia had contacted me, and this was like a couple days. It was the day after I had woke up with that weird feeling of like something's coming, and literally Ruth's Ann's words resonated in my head. "Can you feel it? Something's coming. Can you feel it?" It was almost the exact words that she had said to me, right? So then when I woke up the next day, the next morning after that, after I had that strange experience, Livonia had messaged me on Instagram and I woke up to her message and the message literally said something along the lines of, "Sister, I'm getting all these signs back to back to back to back. I feel like something huge is coming. Can you feel it?" That is exactly what she said to me. Exactly the same words that I heard from Spirit in my head. Exactly the same words that I had heard from Ruth Ann. And I went, "You gotta be fucking kidding me, right?" And this is like amazing, magical, beautiful stuff. So and then I wrote her and I said, "Livonia, sis, I think what Missy said is happening. I mean, as crazy and as beautiful and as magical as it sounds, I think our divine counterparts are on the way. And I'm not quite sure how I feel about that yet, you know? And she was like, "Oh my God." She said, "I kind of felt like that too, but I just wanted to get like confirmation, I guess." So, and then after that we started talking to Ruth, and or I did anyways, and I wrote Ruth and said, "This is what I think it is." And she went, "Oh my God." I was feeling the exact same way, and and then she was like, and we kind of compared stories and experiences. So it's been crazy. It's crazy. Um Anyways, so that's my story. I wanted to get more into detail about my false twin flame journey because I feel like it's important. But this video has already gotten way too long. So I think I wasn't sure when I started this video what I was going to talk about. I thought initially I was going to talk about my false twin journey and how that experience sort of propelled me into my wholeness. Because the pain that came from that false twin journey was so intense. So intense. So motherfucking intense. I can't even put into words. I could try. I don't know. So I thought I was going to talk about that when I got on here, and then, a source kind of took me this route. So I'm debating right now if I want to get into it or if I want to just stop the video. Hold on. This video's gotten really long already. It's almost an hour. But, okay. I think this is the perfect way to end it, honestly. To kind of give you guys a little insight into my false twin flames journey. Not one, two. Two. False twins. And then I'll end it. And then I'm going to get back on and make another video because I'm going to do a twin flame reading. I definitely feel guided to, especially since a lot of my spiritual female friends have been like up in arms about everything. They're just like, and they're panicking, and they have lots of questions. And I sort of want to try to ease their fears and ease the transitions for this new half of our journey. So, okay. So, oh gosh, I'm trying to figure out how to start this. Okay. So first, my first false twin. I'm not going to say any names because I want to protect the privacy of all parties involved. So now we're going to get into my twin flame journey story. All right. So, and honestly, at this point, I'm not even sure who my twin is. Honestly, like, part of me feels like they know. My higher self is like so adamant that she knows. But, honestly, no one can really tell you who your twin flame is. Readers you can go to readers and they can guess or whatever. But in all reality, I think honestly, you're the only one that's going to know. Your soul will know, your heart will know. So yeah, at this point, I felt at one time that I definitely for sure knew. And I don't know, now I think there's so much confusion as to who my twin is because I think honestly for me it's because I stopped focusing on it so much and I just started doing my own thing and focusing on my job, my new job, and building my the rest of my life up, like my finances, and I'm working on getting a place, so homeschooling my kids, all of that stuff. And I just started focusing on me, and then so I kind of forgot about the whole twin flame journey. And so because of that, I think there was a lot of confusion now about what was what and what and all this stuff. So I don't know. I don't know. I'm at this point of contentment where, you know, I think everything's going to be revealed in divine timing. So there's no sense of urgency or rush or anything like that. It's going to happen when it happens. So, that's where I'm at. And I'm sorry. I'm tired. It's been a crazy day. Okay. So, let's talk a little bit about my false twin. So my first false twin I met in 2015. No, 2016, I'm sorry. I was literally in the midst of the divorce that was, was final in June. And that's a super long story because I filed for divorce not once but twice. The first one didn't go through, and for so many reasons, the universe literally, they will fuck you over. The universe will make sure that you stay where you're supposed to stay to take care of your karmic debts. And that is what happened. I mean, literally, thing after thing after thing happened. I went to file for divorce, and literally, and then I said literally again. Oh my God. So, a UPS truck blocked my way from going to the courthouse for a super long time. I couldn't get him to move. It was so rude. And, I think it was like 10 minutes until the courthouse closed. And so I didn't file for divorce because of that. The second time I went to file, the notary that was supposed to serve him couldn't find him, even though she was at the courthouse that he was at. She was literally at the same courthouse where he was at the same time. And yet she called me and said, I cannot find him. And I'm like, he's there. He just texted me and said he's there. And she's like, I can't find him. I've looked everywhere. And so the divorce didn't go through. That was number 2. Okay. Right? That was number 2 time that I tried to file for divorce. The third time, it finally went through. And that's how I knew my wheel had fucking turned. Bitches, my wheel of fortune had turned. My karmic debts were getting paid off, and I'm able to move forward now. Good grief, Charlie Brown. Okay. So my false twin, the first one, I met him around that time. I was going through the first attempted divorce. Remember, I filed 3 times. The first attempted divorce. And he was going through a divorce as well. I didn't know at the time. Ironically, he found me on YouTube because I had started this YouTube channel, not the one that I have now. It was under a total different name. I think the first channel was called like Mexican O Radio or something like that. And I got it from that song. I'm on the Mexican O Radio. don't ask, I won't tell. So stupid, I swear sometimes. Oh God. So I had started this vlog, right, about my no sugar challenge. I was not going to eat any sugar. I was not going to eat any sugar. None for 2 weeks. So that was my vlog. That was my no sugar challenge, right? And so I vlogged it. The whole 2 weeks of day 1, no sugar, to, day 14. Okay. So he made a comment on my video, on one of my videos, and I was a huge mess. The first video, I literally woke up. I didn't even wash my face or brush my teeth. I just immediately turned on the camera and said, this is what I'm doing. I'm doing this challenge, blah, 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 blah. And he commented on the video and said, I like your video. I like your video. And my name is da 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 da. And I just started this YouTube channel myself. And I think that you should check out my channel. And if it resonates, that's great. And if it doesn't, no harm, no foul. And I thought, who the fuck is this dude? What the fuck? That was my first thoughts. What the fuck? Who the fuck? Boy, who the fuck are you? Excuse you? The audacity of you getting on my channel, telling me to check out your channel. Fuck you. Those were my first thoughts. So, I know. Okay. So, I did check out his channel and I fucking hated him. I hated him. I hated him from the jump. I couldn't stand him. I said, this motherfucker, this egotistical bastard, ew. Something about him turned me off so bad. I said, oh my God, gross. Gross. He is so full of himself. It's disgusting. Come to find out later, you know, he's a Leo like me, the same astrological fucking sign as I am. And I've never had any positive experiences with Leo, and I'm a Leo. So every single Leo man I've ever met, that's always my first reaction. Ugh, boy, bye. You think you're the shit? You are not. You are a shit. I swear to God, dude, that's been my experience with every single Leo I've met. And I have lots of Leo male friends that I adore, and yet I still can't stand to be around them for longer than a few minutes. So even one, literally, I have a friend, he's one of my, best friends ever. I grew up with him since he was 7. He's a Leo. I love him so much. And yet I still cannot stand his energy. I still think most Leo men are so fucking egotistical that I can't stand to be around them. So this one was no exception. I thought, ugh. And I told myself, I'm not watching that channel ever again. That's what I said. I was adamant. I was like, no, thank you. I didn't even fucking subscribe, okay? Fast forward, bitches. One day I'm on fucking YouTube, and tell me why this motherfucker's video pops on my fucking feed. And I'm like, I'm not even subscribed to this mother. Why are you showing up on my freaking YouTube feed suggestion? No. That's what I said. No. And I was like, I'm not watching it. So I went to click off it, right? And lo and behold, the video starts playing. And I'm like, what? I was like, is this some fucking magic voodoo? Who is this fucking dude? What the fuck? That was my reaction. That was... all of this is a true story. I'm laughing, but I swear on everything. My children, I swear on Source. I swear on me. You guys, I swear on you. All of this story is true. It's going to sound so fucking fantastical, but I swear it's true. So I watched the video, and then I was still super disgusted by him and his energy. And I was like, but I was sucked in by something he said, something about, I don't know. I think he was talking about self-care or something, and how it's important and blah, blah, blah. And so I got sucked in and I thought, oh, okay, this is kind of good content. This dude's a jackass, but I like his channel, right? So I kept watching it and stuff. And then one day it was strange. Like I was watching one of his videos and it was like I could clearly feel and see the energy switch. Look, you can see my face in my glasses. Crazy matrix trick. Ooh. I'm sorry. Sorry, I was so distracted. Okay. So, yeah, it was like I literally could feel there was like an energy shift in him. It was like I don't know what it was or what he went through, but the energy was different. His vibration was different. And I seen him in a total different perspective. It was like, he went from literally like this person that I said literally again. I'm becoming one of those people I dislike. My whole perspective changed. It went from like, I looked at him as this person who was completely off-putting and bleh. And I just couldn't stand his energy and anything about him too. Oh my God. Oh my God. His soul is so gorgeous, so beautiful, so much pain and yet so much strength. Like, I don't know. That was the shift. And it was like, I went to like this weird like awe almost and feeling of complete compassion and I don't know. It was a completely different, so hard to put into words, the feeling. But something shifted. So then, fast forward a little bit, under one of his videos, there was a link to another one of his social medias, okay? So I started following him on the other social media avenue. And then one day I was on one of the social media sites and I got sent something from him and I thought, oh my God. Oh my God. I think that was exactly what I said because I was like, okay, part of me was like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Because I was, at this point, I was like, I wasn't like, I didn't have any like strong attraction for anything like that. But I was like awestruck by him, like almost like fangirling, a little bit, like, oh my God, he noticed me type thing. It was so stupid. And I was like so flattered and I was like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, he sent me something on this social media platform. He noticed me. He likes me. Like and like not even in a sexual way. Like, like not like, oh, he likes me, he has a crush on me. It was just like, oh my God, he noticed me. Like, it would be like if Aerosmith sent you something in your inbox and you're like, oh my God, Aerosmith sent me this. That's exactly how it was. I'm in my fucking pajama pants and I have. Okay. So, yeah. So he sent me this thing on this social media platform and it said something about love. It was beautiful. And I can't remember the exact quote, but it said something along the lines of, someday you will find someone who loves you for you, and you won't have to walk on eggshells for them. And during that time, I was going through, the heart of my divorce, and it had gotten to this point where it was extremely volatile between us. me and my ex. And at times I don't know if a lot of you guys know a little bit of my backstory and my history. A lot of you don't. But at times it had become very violent and, physical. He had gotten physical with me a couple of times. And, there was always lots of yelling, not just from him, but from both sides. And when I opened that and I read it, I I had no idea of the depth that reading that small, simple statement, the depths that it would reach to my soul. And I don't know why he sent it to me. I still, to this day, know truly that it was divinely guided, source guided, higher self guided. Because later on, when, we became friends and I asked him about it, I said, why did you send me that thing? It was like 2 days later, I think. And I had went live on one of the social media platforms and he was on there. And I asked him, later when we were talking privately, why did you send me that? And this is what he said to me. He kind of laughed and he said, I don't know. I don't even know. Honestly, I don't even remember what it was. I was source guided to do it. And so I did. And I thought, what? And that's how it started. That's how the false twin journey started. That little statement, that little thing that was sent to my inbox cracked my heart the fuck open. And I thought, oh my God. Oh my God. Still to this day, like I'm getting teary-eyed. I thought, wow. Really? That can happen? For me? Like, honestly? Someone who loved me like that? And it was so beautiful. It was so beautiful that it cracked me wide open. Something that it's 12:12 on my phone. Something that rarely happens with me. I'm very, very Queen of Swords. I don't get cracked open. I don't get vulnerable. And that dug into the deepest recesses of my soul. And see, I still react the same way when I think about it. I cried these beautiful tears of like pure awe that someone could see something so beautiful like that in me. And then, we became friends, and the connection, at least on my end, he always claimed that he never felt the same. But the connection from my end, oh my God, it was insane. And I'm going to do some contrast here because my second twin, I'll talk about him as well, but the first twin, they're completely different. Two totally completely different people. So first twin, kind of had darkish hair, hazel eyes, and he wasn't chunky. He's not chunky. He's not a big guy, right? But he wasn't physically fit. He wasn't muscular. He was just average build. And actually, like later on, I came to realize when, I would see videos of him and stuff that he actually had a little pooch. So like He was kind of poochy, thick, I guess. Um, he wasn't physically fit, like, uh, I guess like a bodybuilder would be. Whereas my second twin, my second false twin, very, very, very cut, very cut, um, very physically fit, way younger than me, very gorgeous, and all his in all his rights, right? Like long blonde hair. He looked like a Viking, blue eyes. No, I think they were like bluish green. Gorgeous. I mean, honestly gorgeous, but still, um, even him being that beautiful, I still didn't feel the connection like I did with this first false twin. Okay. So that just goes to show you, like, your soul just fucking knows. I can't even describe it. So with the first false, fast forward later, and you know he taught me so much. I learned a lot. I learned a lot from our friendship, which seemed to just like fucking sprout overnight. And I felt this extremely strong um draw to him. It was like a magnet. And not just that, like it was like the attraction that my body felt to him too was like so intense. It was funny because I read this quote on Instagram um recently, and I posted it on my Instagram, and it said something like, if your vagina doesn't get a heartbeat when you see him, then he's not the one, sis. And I felt that because this was the first time that I ever had felt such a strong sexual magnetic attraction to someone that literally my vagina would get a heartbeat when I just even like texted him, or like, and just texting. I didn't even have to see him. Like just like texting, and it was like happening. That I'd never happened to me before with anyone, and I still have yet to experience that with anyone else. Um, so that, what made it all strange is we had never met. We had never met. We had never spoken on the phone. Um, we had never even video chatted. Like with my second false twin, we video chatted, a couple times. We still do. With both of them, I still have these beautiful friendships. But like even with the second false twin, and I say like false twin because we both kind of had inklings that there was definitely a soul connection. Um, but even then, there was no heartbeat in my vagina. And we video chatted, and we seen each other, excuse me, through video. Still, there was not that sexual raw pull that there was with my first false twin. So, um, so yeah, and it's so strange because your soul will know, and here's how your soul will know that you've had a past life connection with someone, because I felt insanely drawn to both of them. Okay, more so to my first false. Um, But here's how your soul knows. Like the second twin, false twin, very physically fit, beautiful. By all means, any woman would look at him and go, "Oh my God, wow!" I mean, he was just ripped, cut, so physically fit, and yet my body didn't respond. Not like it did with the first twin, with the first false twin. It was like, this second false twin, there was a draw. It was like my soul knew him. but it felt almost more so like maybe we had been siblings in a past life or something. The first false twin, I knew, I fucking knew it in my gut when that moment that something clicked. I knew him. I knew him. It was like during this certain part of my journey, I knew him. And I said, I know him. I know my soul knows him. I've loved him before. I know my soul has loved him before. And the feeling was so fucking strong. I couldn't shake it. I couldn't. I knew that I knew him. And then, down the line, it was revealed to him and also to me through a dream that we had been lovers in a past life. And, he claimed that I was a karmic and that, we had definitely, yes, had been lovers in the past, karmic lovers, and that our karmic tie was cut. And we were not cut, but our karmic tie was over. We had lived past lives over and over again, tied to each other. And he claimed that was indeed what I was feeling. That was what my soul recognized. And immediately went, I know you because I've loved you before. So your soul knows. It knows. And then with my second false twin, it was funny. Like, we were super duper close friends. Actually, let me backtrack a little bit. So my journey to wholeness came at a very, very high price. So I'm sorry, this video is so long. I know. I'm going to actually make it 2 parts, I think. So my journey to wholeness came at a really high price. It was a few days before my birthday that I turned 40. And I had this crazy dream about one of my closest friends and sisters whom I love so much, more than anything in the world. And I'm getting a little bit emotional, just kind of reliving it. There's no more pain. It's bittersweet, right? I've moved on and I've healed from it. But, you got to feel it to heal it. And sometimes, those old past timeline pains will come up for me to heal them again. So that might come up right now. But this, just me telling the story is already, done so much for my soul and my healing journey. Anyways, so I had this dream about one of my best friends who, and ironically through this spiritual journey, she became one of my best friends. I told her things that I never told anyone. And I told her about my false twin. And we became super close. And she was the only one that knew about him. She was the only one that I talked to about him. And I would always go to her with things and be like, oh, he said this. And he did this. And oh my God, like, what do you think? And, she would laugh and she would talk me through things and stuff. And she was the only one that I opened up to about my suspicions that he could have possibly been my twin. She was the only one that knew. And so I had this crazy dream a few days before my 40th birthday about her and about him. And in the dream, I was crying to her and I was saying, why doesn't he love me? Why? I love him so much. I love him so, so much. My soul just aches for him. Why doesn't he love me? And so she says to me, sis, don't you know that you are love? Don't you know that? You don't need his love. And it was so beautiful. And then, she said, I gotta go to work. And I said, no, sis, don't go. Don't leave me. Stay with me. Stay with me. I can't face myself right now. And she did. She called into work. And in my dream, she was a nurse. Or not a nurse, like a CNA. She stayed with me. She called into work. And then she held my head in her lap, and I cried. And I cried from my soul. On her lap, she held my head, and she stroked my hair, and she let me feel all of those feelings, and she experienced that pain with me in my dream. And then I think he contacted me on the phone in my dream. And I can't remember what he said because I woke up. So this is where it gets really amazing and crazy. So I write him I text him and I say, shadow work as fuck. Those are my exact words. And I say, oh my God. So I was facing some major shadows in my dreams last night with you and, our friend. She's a mutual friend that we both know. And I say, you guys are both in my dreams, helping me conquer the fuck out of shadows, right? Just like that. And he goes, yeah, I bet. And he says, are you ready? And I said, I got this feeling, this sick feeling in my stomach. It just felt sick. And I just could feel it. My intuition was going crazy. And I said, oh, here it comes. This is not going to be good. I just was stealing myself because I could feel it. There's something was off. And so he says to me, okay, are you ready? And I said, yes, I'm ready. I'm born ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. What? So then, he leaves me a voicemail saying that this, person who was our mutual friend and was at the time, I mean, she still is. I still love her. We still talk almost every day. We're still super connected. I'm still super connected to both of them. He says this person, she was revealed to be my twin flame. She's my true twin flame. And the reason that, you are dreaming about us is because, this is what's happening. The truth has to come out. Everything comes to light. And he said, you showed up in my dream as well. And you had a boxer, a dog for some reason, right? And I'm like, okay. Well, I'm laughing about it now, but at the time I was like, oh. By the way, I did figure out, he says to me, you had a boxer. I don't know why, but you had a boxer. So later on during meditation, I connected with my higher self and discovered the reason for the boxer. And it was so amazing. Because I was told by my higher self that the reason I showed up in his dream with the boxer was because dogs, to me and to my higher self, and also to him, even though he might not realize it, represent loyalty. So I was showing him my loyalty by showing up with that dog. I was saying, I promised you in each lifetime that I would find you. I would find you. And here I am. I found you. I found you. I'm back. And so, that's why I came to him in the dream. And he says to me, you told me this, that you revealed it to me. Finally, it was revealed that we were karmic lovers. And, our karmic debt is done. You came on, you came full force like a wrecking ball, you know? And because your soul knew me, your soul recognized me. I didn't recognize you right away. I do now. And I don't feel the same way. And this person who we both love you so much, you know, she's my twin. And that broke me. It was just 30 on my phone. It fucking broke me. It broke me. It broke me. More than I'd ever been broken by anyone. Fucking tower moment. Broke. It broke. It fucking broke me. So bad. It fucking felt like my soul had been yanked from my fucking body. Not just the fact that he had found his twin, his real twin, but the fact that it was my best friend, one of my best friends. It fucking broke me in two. My heart chakra just cracked the fuck open. And the pain was the most intense I'd ever felt in my whole entire life. And it was so fucking strange because I had had one divorce already, a second divorce, numerous relationships, tons of breakups, and they had never hurt like this one did. I had been cheated on, betrayed so many times, and they never hurt like this one did. This one fucking broke. Fucking broke me. Like I had never been broken before. And at the time I didn't understand the pain. I didn't. I was so angry. So angry. I was so mad. I thought it was Source's fault. I blamed everyone for my pain. Everyone but myself. And I was so angry at both of them. And I thought, how fucking dare you, right? That was my first reaction. It was, how fucking dare you? And in reality, I look back, they didn't do anything wrong. What was meant to happen was meant to happen. It happened, right? And it was for this. It was for me to grow and find this wholeness that I found. And I wouldn't have found it if it wouldn't have been for that moment, that pain, that excruciating